Get some sour cream and onion chips with some dip, man. Some beef jerky, some peanut butter. Get some Haagen-Dazs ice cream bars, a whole lot of hot. Make sure chocolate. Gotta have chocolate, man. Some popcorn, red popcorn, graham crackers. Graham crackers is the marshmallows, the little marshmallows, and little chocolate bars. And we'll make some s'mores, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yo.
Also, celery, grape jelly, Captain Crunch with the little crunch berries. Pizzas. We need 2 big pizzas, man. Everything on them with water, whole lot of water, and Funyuns.
Joe, this is like sex for you, isn't it?
Oh, man, I love that.
Jim Breuer, the great comic you know from the classic movie Half Baked and Saturday Night Live, produces Gotham City Live. I think it's in its 3rd season. This show is uncut, uncensored, live as it happens. Performances by top stand-up comedians at New York's Gotham Comedy Club. Gotham Comedy Live airs Thursday night on AXS TV, part of Seriously Funny Thursday, 2 hours of comedy programming that begins at 7 o'clock on the West Coast, and we're watching it live. Jim Breuer, welcome to the Bob Rivers Show. How are you?
Hey, thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. It's a cool show. I don't know if you checked it out yet, but it's basically you have your own live comedy club in your living room. No more 2-drink minimum. No more, I got to tip the waitress. You just sit down and watch this thing live as it unravels.
Yeah, now some of us have checked it out. What I understand is that it's unique. Like Saturday Night Live is live on one coast, and then they air it recorded on the other coast. They might take out something if something accidental happens or something. But
right.
This is live, so it's on at 10 o'clock on the East Coast, right?
Right, 10 o'clock. So, yes, there's no editing. What I love about it is when I came up through the ranks, when I do stand-up, I like to kill. I'm not a guy who likes getting laughs. I like killing. I like slaying a room.
You want them to, you want people to sweat and like be exhausted just from laughing.
Yes. And there's a lot of comics out there that slay rooms, but they haven't had TV, or they haven't been on HBO, or they just haven't, or they're not a household name. And I like finding those comics and putting them on Gotham Comedy. There was this woman, Jessica Kirsten. I know her, but I've never seen her live. And
oh my God,
you got to see her.
Well, wait a minute. I saw her, and she slayed a room, and I became friends with her after the show, and we had her on our show. I know what you're talking about now. She's amazing.
Yeah, so she was on the first show I hosted this year.
Wow.
Because everyone said, I'm telling you, she crushes live. And I said, well, all right, let's go for it. She mutilated.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Oh, and her just... Oh.
And how do people not even know about her? She crushes. And then you have, I'm not going to mention a name, but there's been guys to close the show out, and they come on with their TV or film swagger, and then it ends, and it's just an awkward silence. And then they make a face, and there's nothing they can do about it. Dude, this ain't edited. You got to bring it. You got to bring it hard.
All right, let me ask you a question, Jim, about comedy clubs. Like, my son's actually touring stand-up comic. He has been for a couple of years. He's still getting his chops. And he'll tell me, every audience is different. Like, you can do a show and kill, and then a same club, different audience, and stuff that works, it works, but it gets no reaction. What I want to ask you about is the Gotham Comedy Club, one of the most famous places in the world. Curb Your Enthusiasm, great comics. It's probably a wonderful room. How important is the room to a comic doing well? Does it have magic?
Oh, no. There's definitely, we have certain rooms that we know there's magic in the room, and there's a handful of clubs like that throughout the country. And the only way I can describe it is it's possibly the demographic that goes on there, or the way the room is run. And when I play Gotham, what I've been playing there for years, but what I like about Gotham was I like the way they run their room. They don't allow. You come there. You come to see the show. There's no drunking, throwing, yelling, screaming, talking, heckling. Just if you got to do it, you're out immediately. You're out. They train that room to be on time. They train that room. You're here to laugh, respect, and enjoy, but respect that comic. Give them that time. You don't like them, just be silent. Don't yell. Don't heckle.
So here's the show. Gotham Comedy Live, Thursday 7 on Access TV. See the comics that are slaying rooms that you don't know about yet. That's the place to discover them, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Now I want to ask you. I want to ask you a little bit about you because we don't have a ton of time. But I got to ask you, if I were to, let's say I was a burglar and I broke into your house, and I was really hungry, how many Funyuns would I find?
Oh, those days are long gone. The only thing you'd find in my house is some fruit, and what you might find is some hidden almond M&Ms way back in one of the linen closets.
It's a dirty little secret.
It's because you're a dad now, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Dad and 3 kids, and I got my father that lives in my house. I got a whole mess going on here.
Now you're taking care of your elderly dad, who's a veteran, I heard, and you have a 14-year-old daughter, and everybody lives in the same roof?
Yeah. My dad we just got him showered, cleaned up, eaten, and now he's out for the day. Nurse takes him out for the day, and they go gallivanting, and then I got a whole boatload going on. And 14, almost 15 years old, and the wolves are knocking on the door. There's a lot going on here. I got my mom, who's in the other room, with her one missing eye, who's 88, and I gotta get these bills out, and they're gonna arrest me, and my taxes, and they're gonna die. Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
Are you being approached for a reality show? We might as well put this on camera, right? Because this is all interesting.
I've been approached the last couple of years, and you know what? At the end of the day, here, to be dead honest with you, my wife ain't gonna have nothing
to do with it.
I love you, man. That is brutal.
I think it was 3 years ago where they said, this documentary with your father is so amazing, and you're all under one roof. We want to do, I think it was A&E. They wanted to do full-time documentary, and there's they're checking with a lot of comics now. From what I understand, they shot a ton of pilots, but they wanted me first, and we were locked and loaded, and my wife was like, wait a minute. Yeah. I'm like, hon, do you know how much money you're going to make just on personal appearances now I'm on TV? And she's like, your 3 daughters are about to become teenagers. Are you ready for magazines to write about your kids and how fat they're getting and who they're dating and what they look like? And like, are you ready for that? Because you better be prepared, because that's what's going to happen. That's the stuff you're not thinking about.
Wow.
Are you ready? Yeah, you know what? You're right. It's not worth it.
You could have been the Brudashians. Yeah.
The Brudashians. You know, Jim, you're interesting. You're a different kind of comic. You're helping people out. You're taking care of your dad. You're concentrating on your daughters, not taking everything for your career. And 2 people from SNL like you just got late night shows. Where do you get your foundation? Where is it coming up through SNL?
When you say foundation, what are you talking about?
I don't know, because like there's a lot of people very successful. Of course, I could go the other way, and there's a lot of people who meet tragic ends that come through the same place. So I'm sure it's not SNL.
Well, SNL is definitely, SNL, you learn a lot. I learned a lot from SNL. What I learned was what it's like to be a star, what it's like to be cutthroat, what it's like to steal, what it's like to hide from the public who you really are. And it definitely, I loved it, but at the same time, let's just say if it ran in my family, I probably would have divorced my family. I was like, listen, I can't eat. You guys are out of your bird. I was blown away that pretty much everything you hear about Hollywood, where you're like, oh, I heard this one is that. I heard this one is true.
Wow.
and I'm blown away that the general public doesn't, like, it's not leaked. It blows my mind that much money is invested. And the only way I can explain it is when a product, let's say Kraft cheese, is worth $1 billion, they will do everything, and I mean everything, every angle that you can imagine that you don't imagine. They will stomp on you to keep that product safe. It is no different with an actor, an actress, or anything like that. So when people go, well, surely someone would have heard this. No, they wouldn't have, because the first person that leaked it out was stomped on.
This portion of the show brought to you by Kraft Cheese.
Kraft
It's
Cheese.
been wonderful talking to you, Jim.
The cheese product.
Gotham Comedy Live, Thursdays at 7. Jim, if you ever have more time or you're in town, please stop in. We'd love to spend more time.
Oh, I will, man. I love it out there, and I'm hoping to get out there again. So, yeah, check out Gotham Comedy, and I'll be doing the last show and all that good jazz. Thanks for having me.
Jim Breuer in Chester, New Jersey this morning. Jim, thank you very much. 8:17.